Hello and welcome to Alliance War Season 51, Episode 3. So we did manage to beat Bolt with the 7 deaths to our name, 13 deaths for them, so pretty comfortable victory. Definitely want to improve on those 7 deaths heading into the future wars for the season. We've got 5 fights today's war, and using a really cool team. Our opponent is DSVG. They have a very strong alliance in Masters. And they have been doing really well this season, like 5 death clears. Our team today is our 6-star rank 6 Ghost, our 7-star rank 2 Black Cat, and our 7-star rank 2 Silk. So I actually didn't know this, but Black Cat and Silk have a synergy together that will let Black Cat inflict 25% Spectre debuffs for 3 seconds on her medium attacks. So that will help with our Black Cat fights. I actually didn't realize this was after the war was over, so it was a nice bonus to have. These are our masteries for the war. It's our normal non-recoil setup, really. And the first fight we have here is a Mr. Negatives. This is a really good placement for Mr. Negative, and that's because if you give him prowess buffs from Combat Deja Vu, and he dashes back, he can actually shrug those prowesses, and then the insurance policy will give him a lot of power. Now, Black Cat is a really good counter for this fight. Obviously, she's a clarity tactic attacker, so we can get around the evade and the auto block. Once we actually get clarity, it took us a while to get there. In fact, I messed up here because he actually evaded a couple times in a row and auto blocked us. But yeah, it wasn't the cleanest start to this fight, but once we got that clarity, it was pretty good. And obviously, well, Black Cat's ability accuracy reduction can prevent him getting the prowess buffs from Combat Deja Vu, and so that's just another ability that we can fail there, and it will help for getting that extra bonus damage from the sabotage. And so, you know, once that special 2 goes off, the fight's essentially over. He actually blocked our striker, which wasn't ideal, but we do have the clarity, and we've got all the ability accuracy reduction in the world, so there's no way we lose this fight. Next up is an Ebony Moor. So Silk is one of the best Ebony Moor counters in the entire game because she's immune to dexterity, and the buff from dexterity, and she can easily knock him down to reset his focus. So this is a pretty chill fight for Silk. There is a critical setup node, but we don't really need to worry about that. In fact, because we don't really end our combos at all. We end with heavies. We don't really benefit from the critical setup node anyway. But she gets plenty of critical hits from her basic attacks anyway, so we don't really have to worry about that. So we did throw a special 1 to place a Fury buff on us, but it didn't matter because he didn't throw another one, and he goes down in about 30 seconds. Next is an America Chavez. So this is a pretty common placement, although you do see her more often on Ebb and Flow Knockdown, where she can go debuff immune. So Silk is really good for this. Again, with that immunity to Dex, we don't have to worry about Mystic Dispersion. But the real reason she's good for this is because should Chavez get to a special 2, which would normally almost one-shot any champion, she can use that Silk Sense to evade a special 2 completely, if it comes to that, of course. So there's no reason to push her to special 2. We can just easily bait special 1s the entire time while we build up to a special 3. And we're not going to try and intercept her before we're in reach of our special 3, because there's no real reason to, because we don't want our debuffs getting completely purified mid special 3 rotation. So I'll try to get a light intercept there, but she didn't go for it. So we just reset, we combo, we do a heavy to get her to 1 bar of power. So she's basically at no power now, so we do a combo, and then quick light intercept after this to get the Ebb and Flow. We do another full combo here, and so you can see when we start our special 3, we have 12 physical vulnerabilities. This is a really good base to start from. This, and also the 60% Fury from Ebb and Flow. There's no way any champ would survive this special 3 combo. So despite us punching up against our rank 3 Chavez, we had no problems with this fight. Next is a Werewolf by Night. So yeah, Hazard Shift means Ghost is the answer a lot of the time, unless it's a champ that Ghost really can't handle, but that's not Werewolf by Night. I have taken this Werewolf by Night with Conflictor, I think, but not Hazard Shift. And I actually forgot that I didn't have Wasp on my team, because every other time I've used Ghost in the last few seasons I've had Wasp. So I actually threw the special 2 straight away without even thinking, and so as soon as I threw that and saw him block it, I realized, okay, yeah, I don't have Wasp on my team, so we're gonna have to change our playstyle a little bit. So it's a pretty easy fix. We just have to basically let him start an attack before we throw our special 2. If we do that here, he throws a heavy attack. It definitely could have been cleaner because we lost a bit of health through block, but the power back's got us back up to another special 2, and that finished him off there. So a bit of a sketchy start with the with me forgetting we had wasp. We didn't have wasp, but managed to do it down in the end. And then next we have a spot. So this is the 3rd spot boss I think I've had since the tactic has started, and Black Cat is just such a clean option for this fight because his heavy is so easy to punish, and it's so satisfying when you get that punish. It's so satisfying to pull it off. So we do that twice to get our first clarity charge. And I talked at the start of the video about the synergy we have with Silk that will let us inflict Spectre debuffs on our medium attacks. And so once we start throwing full 5-hit combos, you'll see we do get the Spectres. Now here he had quite a lot of spots, so I decided to bait out the special 1 just so he couldn't get any more. And then we removed a few by punishing his special, so make sure he just doesn't get anywhere near 5 spots, because it does get a bit more complicated when he goes stun immune. But the ability accuracy reduction is completely shut down, his ability to get spots now, unless he throws specials. But by punishing a special 2 here, we can remove those spots that he gained on that special. And the Spectre debuffs putting in work here means he goes down in about 50 seconds for an 800 and something thousand health boss. So yeah, really, really cool boss fight there. And that's going to be the war for today. So just the 5 fights, but yeah, bit of a sketchy one. Definitely could have gone a lot worse though. So we'll take the non-deaths every day of the week for sure though. So thank you guys for watching this one, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace out.